Okay, we're good. We're good. It's always fun when people come into chat and the microphone's not working, right? We don't have audio. Part of the issue. Now this is super high tech. Part of the issue why the sound wasn't working, and this is just part. This is just a little bit. Is that I didn't plug in my microphone. Now, who would have thought that if you don't plug in your microphone, that it wouldn't work? Like, what a weird technological impairment in the microphone manufacturing. Like, who would design a microphone like that, right? But anyways, hello, welcome. I am Agni James, and I stream guided meditations here on Twitch. I also am a chess instructor, and I stream chess because that's what I do for IRL. I'm a chess instructor, and then I also have a master's in philosophy. So I stream philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, metaphysics. I'm getting into philosophy of language these days. We have discernment Bugatti here. You say audio, yeah, you are sounding slower. Am I sounding slow? No, I think I'm good. You think my voice is skipping words? No, I think you're skipping words. I think you're skipping words. Discernment. I think my voice is fine. I just think that's how it goes. I can't trust a word you say, man. You've been eating those 100 milligram gummies or whatever that is. But anyways, what's new? What's new in the world? Discernment, how you doing? I'm 2 bars, but 5 grams and still slow. What the fuck? 5G. Never mind. That's totally different. You're talking 2 bars. 2 bars. I thought you ate like 2 bars of something that had a high dose of THC. 5G is actually not 5 grams of THC. It's actually your 5G. You said, dude, I feel like 10 seconds ahead of you. Are you really 10 seconds ahead of me? I think it's the 100 milligram things that you consumed earlier, man. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, yeah, like what's new? What's new with you, man? What's going on with you? Did you actually eat that or not? And by the way, my chat, I got something going on. Unpin this message. I got to unpin some stuff. I got a weird thing going on in my chat. I'm trying to make something better. Hey, Eartha Mama, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, I missed you tonight. I missed you. Just did a lovely 33-minute sacred dance. Nice. Yeah, I was in Spiritus Alchemy today doing a guided meditation. So okay, Earthy Mama, you're gonna be my test because discernment Bugatti is like having internet issues and he thinks it's on my end, but I think it's on his end. How's everything coming through? Like, is my audio okay, or is there some crazy delay? He's saying there's like a 10-second that he's 10 seconds ahead of me or something like that. I'm pretty sure he's just messing around. But he also took a large dose. He also took a large dose of THC. So I don't know what's going on with him. Oh, JT. All right. Hello, JT. Welcome in. My channel shaman has arrived. Things are okay now. Things are okay. JT comes in and order is restored. JT, what do I do? What do I do without you? And by the way, it's Monday. It's Monday and you're here. Earthy Mom, you say, you sound fine to you. He might have eaten an edible again. No, he was eating like a bunch. He said he was going to eat like a bunch. He had these like, if you check in the Discord, here, I'll put a link to the Discord. If you check in the Discord, he said he was going to eat like a bunch of them or something. He had like pictures of like these 100 milligram edibles. Why? I can't get this stupid. I'm gonna close Twitch chat and try to open it up again. But this could be a problem if it doesn't work. All right, All right, things are getting interesting here. I'm starting to mess around with tech. All right, let's try to get the dock back up. All right, we need chat. Twitch chat. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good again. Everything's all right. JT, a medical leave from work. I'm sorry. Is this because of the tendonitis or the carpal tunnel? The carpal tunnel. I'm sorry to hear that, JT. That's rough. Yeah, it's no fun. No fun when you're in pain, right? I know that feeling. I've had lots of pain that I've dealt with. Discernment Bugatti deals with a lot of pain, right? Discernment says he wants a hug. Now you want a hug. I don't know what's going on with you, man. You said I was going to turn into a dragon tonight, and now you want a hug, dude. I don't know. I think you got to like chill out with these edibles, man. Like, I don't know how many you're eating, But I don't know what the safe dosage is. Like, I think if you eat 500 milligrams, that's too much, man. What, like a regular edible is like what? Like a regular gummy is like what? Like 30 milligrams or something? You're eating like 500 milligrams or something, dude. You got to like relax. You're going to be the first person ever to like die from a THC overdose, dude. Like, what are you doing, dude? Earthy Mom, you say, oh my goodness, that can be dangerous. Yeah, he's just going crazy with it. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I want to see Agni turn into a dragon. That's what he was saying on Discord. I don't know what's going on with him. And then he was showing pictures of all these like 100 milligram edibles that he was going to eat or something. Dude, am I a dragon? Do I look like I don't think I look like a dragon. I think everything's fine. I was at Inspiritus Alchemy tonight. Earthy Mama knows that place well. She actually, that's where we met, IRL. And it's a great place. There is some wonderful meditations every Monday night, and there's all sorts of other rituals they do there during the week. Well, I mean, the other rituals are kind of spaced out, but the meditations are what I go for every Monday. Earthy Mom, you say you have major dragon energy. I know. Like, do I have the dragon energy going? I don't know. Maybe JT can help me out. You say, yeah, yes, I do, or no? That was before. Like, I'm like trying to say, yeah, dude. Sermon says I'm a dragon. All right, I got the dragon vibes going. I don't know. I don't feel like a dragon. I mean, what do you feel like if you're a dragon? Like, what are you supposed to feel like? Should I breathe fire? I mean, I am Agni. Agni technically is Hindi for fire, right? So maybe I am a dragon. I'm only part dragon though. Is that okay, discernment? That I'm only like 37.62% dragon. Is that okay with you? Like is that enough? Oh God. All right. Well, what are we doing here? What should we do? Should we just hop into a meditation? Should we play some chess? Should we chat a little bit? Discernment, you say that's okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, because I'm not full-fledged dragon, right? I'm not all in. I can't go all in on the dragon route because then your skin gets all scaly, and I don't want that. I'm very particular about my skin. I like having very soft skin. I'm a man, but I like having soft skin. So you can read into that however you want. Discernment, you say you'll take the other percentage of dino. You want to be part dino. Okay, well that's cool. When I ask my students what their favorite animals are, a lot of them say dinosaurs. That I don't even know if that's like a legitimate answer because dinosaurs haven't been around for quite a long time, but it's still something, right? But yeah, so, Earthy Mama, tell me more about this dance. You said you did a cool dance earlier, a 33-minute sacred dance. Was that like through Gina, like her YouTube? Was that through Inspiritus, or was that just like something you did on your own? I mean, that's intense. That's like a great workout, by the way. Like dancing for that long, that's intense. And JT, what's going on with you? Like I know you. I'm sorry to hear that you're on medical leave from work. But how's everything else going? Like how are you holding this? How are you hanging on right now? And I'll actually give some people time to respond for once. I usually just talk over everyone. I got my microphone plugged in though. At least that's something, right? That's progress in the right direction. All right. JT say hard time. Okay, don't worry about it, JT. Yeah. All right. Your only role then is to ban. It's a timeout to Sermon Bugatti if he gets out of line. We had Evelyn. Evelyn was timing out Tindereos. That was intense. You had to rectify that situation. She didn't mean to. I think she was trying to time out discernment, and she accidentally timed. And Tindereos was like, what's going on here? He was just chilling. He didn't say anything like offensive or whatever. He was just relaxing. Everything, Mommy. So you actually listened to her teacher's album. Oh, interesting. Her name is Anna Otero. Her music has just such power. You lit some candles and some red lighting, and it was just very nice. Awesome. That sounds great. Yeah. I keep hearing stories about her teacher, but I have yet to interact with her teacher in any way. I figure because I'm Agni James that she'd be coming to me, right? That her teacher would want to come to me and introduce herself and learn from me, right? I was going to give her a lesson. I'm just joking. But like that is kind of funny to say, right? Oh, by the way, though, this is something cool. Greg, who comes to Inspiritus, he actually signed up for that year-long class through, I believe, her teacher. So that's gonna be pretty neat. So he's actually gonna become the teacher, become a teacher, I guess. So that's awesome. All right, Earthy Mom, you say just total intuitive movement. Nice. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta move your body according to the flow. I mean, I'm sure Discernment Bugatti knows about moving to the flow, right? Especially when he's seen dragons everywhere. Earthy Mom, you say, oh, cool, that's amazing. Yeah, Greg's amazing. He told me he was like a little concerned. He's like, I don't know, what if people don't like me? I'm like, dude, you're like the nicest guy ever, Greg. I was like telling him, like, everyone's gonna be fine with you, man. You are seriously the nicest dude like I've ever met in my life. If someone's not fine with Greg, they literally have like a serious problem. Like, I don't know how you could not be fine with Greg, right? Discernment Bugatti, you say, sweet internet is back. Let me switch. Okay, you're gonna switch to a better internet connection. Yeah, you got to, man. You got to have good internet when you're seeing me. I mean, that's the way it works. Like, you don't want me to come through like all garbled and glitchy and laggy. You want me in the flesh. You want me like live and ready to go. You want to be able to feel the energy, right? JT, well, let's dedicate this meditation to you, JT. How about that? How about we do that? We'll send healing energy to JT Farms, my channel shaman. She's been there since day one. Super amazing human being. She's, by the way, I don't know if I ever what is this? Unpin. I got everything unpinned or pinned. I don't know if I ever mentioned this to some of you, to Earthy Mom. I don't know if you know this, but JT is also a fire poet. That's actually where her and I met. We actually met in some poetry groups on Facebook because we were both doing fire poetry. And then I was like, who's this other fire poet out there? Like, because there aren't that many fire poets out there these days, right? And then she's like, who's this Agni James guy? His poetry's like pretty good. He's speaking fire, right? And then we collaborated on a poem together. We started like, she would do like a line and I would do a line, and then we became good friends, IRL, and that's how we became good friends, good buddies, and all that. Okay, Earthy Mama, you say, yeah, he's such a beautiful soul. Greg is like, he's like the gentlest, nicest dude you're gonna meet. That's what I was saying. If someone's got a problem with Greg, like I'm almost ready to say if someone's got a problem with Greg, they got a problem with me, because that's just how it goes. A Discernment Bugatti, you say, how did we meet? Well, I was flying through the sky one day. I was like, I'm going to visit Cali. I'm going to visit Cali. Let's see what's going on in Cali, right? I was actually on my way to go visit JT, but I flying through the sky, dragon style, right? And then I see this guy down there, and he's got this construction business, and he's yelling at his employees. He's like, hey, get back to work, stop being lazy. He's like screaming, and I was like, dude, this guy needs to chill out. I gotta like teach this guy some meditation, right? So I swoop on down, and he's like, whoa, you're a fucking dragon. Like, who are you? And I breathed some fire his way, and then he's like, dude, you're really a dragon. And I was like, yeah, my name's Agni James. And he's like, whoa, man, like. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. My beef is not with you, Dragon. My beef is with my employees that are just being lazy. And I was like, no, if you're yelling at your employees to get back to work, if you're going to use that tone, then your beef is with me. And he's like, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll start treating my employees nicer. And I was like, all right, there you go. I was like, okay. And then I was like, I'll spare your life this time, but if I see you treating your employees bad anymore, I'm gonna have to burn fire your way. And I also told him he had to start coming to my chat and like hanging out. And then he started coming under the name Chad Guy, and then he just recently switched it to Discernment Bugatti. So that's our backstory. I have a backstory with everyone in here, right? I have a backstory with everyone. We always want to know the backstories. Earthy Mom, you say, oh, wow, that's great. What is fire poetry? You love writing poetry. I love poetry too. So the old fire poets, they were considered, I think it was in what was it? What language was it? Arabic? Can't even talk right now. In Arabic, right? They were like these Sanskrit poets, and they had very abrasive poetry. It was very like cutting and to the soul, but it was powerful. And so I had a bunch of people like telling me I was a fire poet, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's what I am, right? And my name Agni means fire in Hindi anyway, so it kind of just flew together in that sense. Just remember, God, you say, was it amazing? That's intense. Yeah, I mean, everything's intense, right? Especially when you're 37.6% dragon. Better TM these epic stories before JT steals them. I'm not gonna trademark them. JT doesn't steal. JT gives. Do you see this mala? This was given to me from JT. Do you see this fire quartz? This was given to me from JT. JT does not steal. She's a giver. She's a giver, not a taker. She's a giver. I don't need to worry about that. JT and I mean, we share positive energy, right? We share good energy. But yeah, you know what? In fact, I feel like I'm always talking. I'm always just talking out here. I want to get to some meditation. Let's just do some meditation. Can we just do some meditation for once? You know, is that all right with everyone? So I always come out here intense and I'm like ready to go. And then we slow things down and go within to the place of peace and love in our hearts. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And take a few slow, deep breaths on your own and gently close your eyes. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your abdomen. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your abdomen. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your belly. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your belly. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breathing. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountaintop. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the memory of their own internal light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Helping them remember their true identity. until all of humanity is glowing radiantly. Until humanity's oneness is remembered once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eyesight. Keep your attention on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. and the warmth which surrounds this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you exist in perfect monism. So in this place, all is one. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Stay true to your breath count. In this place of oneness, thoughts of any kind cannot enter. For you exist beyond the realm of consciousness. Existing only as pure being. That being love. Boundaries and divisions cannot enter here. For eternal oneness knows not of separation. Fear is barred from entrance to this location. For that which was created to be eternal love can contain nothing else. In this place, you remember the holy vibration. The frequency from which you were created. Being pure love, you flow eternally from the source of all creation. Existing in a state of perfect harmony and grace. Inhale. Exhale, remembering that you are not a body. Breathe in. Breathe out, recalling that this is your eternal home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all pain that this bodily vessel currently has. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any stress from this existence. Focus on your breathing. The question of your ontological status is not whether or not you are pure love. For it is certain that you are. The salient question is whether you are willing to accept that you are pure love.
perceptually merge with a state of pure oneness. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which blocks your third eye vision. Keep your awareness on your breath counts. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breathing. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of consciousness. Going all the way down to where your essence flows the strongest. This place is the center point of your being. This place is your eternal home. Focus your attention on your center point. Being cognizant of any feelings or sensations existing here. Experiencing this realm from a place of perfect non-duality. Remembering that you are one with the divine. Focus on your center points. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you recall your true identity. At your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Your purpose is not to judge others. For being part of you, when you judge them, you judge yourself. Your purpose is not to point fingers. For by pointing a finger at another, you point that finger at yourself. Your purpose is to spread love to all those whom you encounter. For by sharing divine love, you give that love to yourself. Your purpose is to be kind to all those whom you encounter. For by being kind to others, you are being kind to yourself. And you are worthy of God's perfect love. And you'll understand this if you choose to accept it. And you flow eternally from the source of all creation. Being eternal love, you flow from love eternally. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from this vessel. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and anxiety from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to this world, bringing with you the love from the eternal throughout the remainder of your days here. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you each feel more peaceful and relaxed, more centered and grounded, and more loving and kind than you did prior to the meditation. And most important, I hope you're able to share this love with all those whom you encounter so that you may receive this love in return. For you are worthy of it. Namaste. How was that meditation for everyone? Let's see. That was a 42-minute meditation, which is which is a great amount of time. 42 minutes is awesome. Hey, we got Zwar here. Zwar333. Good to see you, friend. How you doing? How you doing, brother? Zwar is a fellow meditation streamer here on Twitch. He's also a yogi. Check him out. Drop him a follow. He's a good dude. He's also into metal. There's not many metalhead meditation streamers out there in the world. I don't know many. It's like me and you, man. That's it. That's all that's out there. No, there's got to be a few more. We just haven't met them yet. But anyways, check them out. Drop them a follow. Big thank you to Sparkalicious for that raid. Much appreciated. This is actually kind of interesting. Let me just check this because I was in her chat when I started streaming. So now you get the weird thing of going back to see her channel and you see yourself. It kind of like throws me off, you know. It's like I'm like looking at her channel and like I see myself talking with a little bit of a delay. So it's always an interesting feeling. I kind of feel a little tripped out, to be honest, when I go there. Zwar, how are you doing today, brother? How's everything going with you? Sparkalicious, how's everything going with you? How's life with you? Sparkalicious, by the way, big shout out to her. She's a sound healer and a meditation streamer. She does these amazing sound baths here on Twitch. She hangs out in the ASMR category. And she's just a really wonderful human being. She's on the path. She's on the path, and she's devoted to spreading love and light. So definitely check her out if you haven't. If you go to her stream, I guarantee you will become more relaxed and calm and peaceful in your day-to-day activities. If you just sit there, if you're open to it, right? It always requires, a certain amount of openness. So yeah, thanks again for the raid, and I appreciate you. Earthy Mama, you say that was so powerful. Felt so much Anahata energy. Thank you, Agni. Well, thank you, Earthy Mama. Thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure when an IRL friend pops in. And JT, thank you. I'm glad you got something out of this meditation. It's always awesome. It's always awesome when my channel shaman's here. I know the circumstances are not great for you tonight with medical leave from work, but regardless, I was sending you love and light. I was sending you healing chi energy, and I hope some of that energy reached you in Cali, and your hands feel a little bit better, and you feel a little more centered and grounded, and just more pain free, right? And discernment Bugatti. All right, let's see. You say JT, yeah, awesome. The boom command's a lot of fun, by the way. I love the boom command. Discernment, you say that one was more intense than the last ones. It was. It felt that way to me. And now we got people rivaling Terra Time for her emote game, right? That meditation did feel really, really intense. I think it's because of the energy of the people here with me. It's always all of you. You're the ones. I'm just the puppet. I'm just the one who sets up the stream, and you come in, you bring your energy, and if you give love and light during the meditation, then you're gonna feel more love and light. The more you give, the more you receive, and that's a tough lesson for people to learn. Typically in the phenomenal. So a little quick philosophy lesson. A couple hundred years ago, end of the Enlightenment, Immanuel Kant drew the distinction between the phenomenal realm and the noumenal realm. The phenomenal realm is the world of sensory experience, the spatio-temporal realm that we, inhabit and go to work in and exist in corporeal bodies and all those things. And the noumenal realm is the divine realm, the realm where you see things as they are in themselves. It's that perfect realm, right? And in the phenomenal realm, if you give something to someone, right? If you give someone a book or you give someone a car, right? Then you lose that thing, right? It's like you're taught from a little kid, hey, I gave this person a toy, now I lost it, right? But that's not the way things work in the noumenal realm and in the world of ideas and that world of perfect love and oneness. In the noumenal realm, by giving something to another, by extending love outward, you actually increase in love. By giving it to another, it's reflected back on you. So when anyone in this chat comes here in a receptive, open state and gives love to the chat, to the stream, to the people in here, and when they share their love with others, then that love comes back to you. and you feel that love, and you feel that in a stronger sense. It's like it's got this reciprocal nature of intensification. So in the noumenal realm, in the realm of oneness, of perfect monism, we want to give love. We want to share that love, and that love can transcend the phenomenal world. It can transcend the phenomenal realm, and that's how we actually can connect with others. Even when they're not acting, in kind ways, you can still connect with a part of them that is pure love, and access that part of them. And you don't need to, mess around with the ego part of them, right? You can bypass all the ego dynamics that way. And that's what I try to do in this world, Now, is it easy? Is it easy when someone's acting, rude to be kind? Hell no. It's like one of the hardest things in the world, right? Someone says some passive aggressive remark. Someone, lashes out at you. Someone lashed out at a good friend of mine. Lashed out at me recently, and I lost my shit. Right? It's not easy to respond with love and kindness when someone says something rude to you, right? But at the same time, it's exactly what you want to try to do. It's exactly what you want to try to do. And I'm not saying you have to always, like, if someone physically hurts you or assaults you, I'm not saying, that person doesn't deserve to be, locked up or whatever. Or, I'm not saying there's no, punishment that should be required in this world, because, bodies have to stay safe, right? Your body can be hurt, right? Unfortunately. But I am saying that, if someone gets locked up, for some heinous crime, you can still feel feelings of love and compassion in their direction. And that's like the ultimate goal. Is it hard? Is it easy to realize? Hell no. It's the hardest thing to do in the world, to love someone who's attacked you. But it's what we aim. It's what we aim for. It's what we strive for. All right. Anyways, Earthy Mama, let's see. Thank you so much. Zwar, you said, doing well. Thanks. Great to see you, friend. Thanks for the lovely session. Well, thank you for stopping in. I always appreciate people who know their meditation and yoga coming by. It's always nice. Earth and Mom, you say, I'm such a blessing to have in your life. Big love. So grateful. Well, you're a blessing too, to be here. I mean, everyone who comes through here is a blessing. I wouldn't be here without all of you. You are the reason I stream. If I was, if no one came to my streams, I wouldn't do this. I mean, what benefit would I get streaming my meditations as opposed to just, sitting back there against the wall and meditating myself, right? I wouldn't do it, But the fact that you all show up here and that you care about being here is awesome. Discernment, you say, I'm a dragon, not a puppet. Well, you might be saying that because you ate, what was it, like 300 milligrams of THC edibles today? I mean, I don't know. Or maybe I am a dragon. I don't know. I told you earlier that if I am a dragon, so you have the antecedent and the consequent. If I am a dragon, I am only 37.627% dragon. So I'm only a partial dragon. But I'm really intense with having smooth skin. As a man, I like having smooth skin. I'm one of the few men out there that's big into smooth skin. So I don't want to be too dragony, because then my skin's going to get all scaly. That's the problem with being a dragon. You have to, your skin's rough, But anyways, okay. I think we're all caught up with chat. I think everything's good. By the way, those of you who don't know, I also do absurdist humor. Because I'm a big fan of absurdity. So after the serious part, which is always the meditation, where I actually, promote like good things, like being kind to people, right? And being kind to yourself and loving the people around you. Then it kind of devolves into absurdist humor, and we sometimes play chess or do whatever, and that's just how it goes. Tonight, I don't know. Let's do one quick reading from one of the greatest books ever written, the Tao Te Ching. Let's see how this goes, and then we'll take it from there. All right. Let's see. We have been doing one verse per stream. We've been reading one verse per stream. We are currently on, and my hamstring might cramp up right now, by the way. I got back into Bikram yoga. Those of you who don't know it, it's 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's a 90-minute class of intense yoga. It's the most intense yoga I've ever done. And it's a lot. I've done it for the last 11 years. I took a break, and now I've been doing it again. So my body's getting all weird, I have weird hamstring cramps. And yes, I'm taking tons of electrolytes, and I'm doing all the things you're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, if you're sweating profusely for 90 minutes,
your body's going to react kind of interestingly to that. All right, I think we're on verse 34. Oh, wow. No, we're on verse 35. All right, here we go. Verse 35 of Lao Tzu's masterpiece. This book was written thousands of years ago. I hope you all enjoy it. My words are very easy to understand and very easy to put into practice. Yet amongst men there is no one who is able to understand them, and there is no one who is able to put them into practice. Words have an ancestor, and affairs have a sovereign. It is because men are ignorant that they fail to understand me. When those who understand me are few, then I shall be highly valued. Hence the sage, while clad in homespun, conceals on his person a piece of priceless jade. Huh. Interesting. That's kind of interesting. I like that one. It's different. It sounds, I mean, prima facie, you'd think it's a little bit ego-y though, right? He's like, hey, everyone's ignorant. They can't understand me, right? But this is like Lao Tzu. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's like one of the greatest masters of all time. So I want to say that this is not ego-y. But who knows, right? Who knows, right? Let's read it again, though, real quick. My words are very easy to understand and very easy to put into practice. Yet amongst men there is no one who is able to understand them, and there is no one who is able to put them into practice. So he's basically saying, like, my words are easy. My philosophy is easy. My metaphysics are easy. But no one can do it. No one can do it. Like, what the hell's wrong with everyone? Then he also says, words have an ancestor and affairs have a sovereign. It is because men are ignorant that they fail to understand me. So he's like, hey, everyone out there, you're all ignorant. That's why you don't understand me. No one can even understand me. That's what Lao Tzu's saying. But I mean, he's the man, so I don't know. I mean, I'll admit my ignorance. When those who understand me are few, then I shall be highly valued. Hence the sage, while clad in homespun. By the way, I don't know what the hell homespun is. Home, and then literally S-P-U-N, homespun. Have any of you ever heard that term before? While clad in homespun, conceals on his person a piece of priceless jade. I think homespun, it sounds to me like it's just kind of like rags, right? Like it's just kind of like maybe some clothes that you just kind of spun up at your home, right? It's like garbage, right? So the sage is clad in homespun, but on his person conceals a piece of priceless jade, which is cool. I think that's pretty cool. I think there is some truth to that. A lot of the great spiritual healers of all time have gone unrecognized during their lifetimes, right? They've just people have been like, I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about, or this woman, I don't know what she's talking about, like what is she talking about? It sounds ridiculous. And then they die, and 100 years later, people are like, holy shit, this person's a genius. And that's how it goes. And and it's funny, it goes that way in a lot of disciplines as well. Like in art, think about the art world. People where they don't appreciate, some of these amazing pieces of artwork until the person's dead. It goes that way in the world of philosophy too. A good example of this, there was a famous philosopher by the name of Peirce, but he spelled it P-I-E-R-C-E, I believe, P-I-E-R-C. And I forget where he went to college. It was some Ivy League, or where he taught at college. It was some Ivy League school. Might have even been Harvard, right? And people knew he was smart, but he had an abrasive personality. People didn't really like him. And when he died, they thought his work was kind of meaningless, right? They thought he was wasting his time, right? So when he died, there was a night where it was pretty cold in the building, and they had this big furnace that they had to shovel wood and paper into to keep it burning. So they just started taking manuscripts that he had written, like all this work that he had written, and they were just like throwing it into the fire to like warm the building. It's like, dude, this guy spent his whole life writing these amazing things, and you're just gonna like throw them into the fire. They were like burning like all his work. And then like one day, one guy's like, wait a minute, stop burning all this shit. This is like incredible work. This is genius stuff. And everyone's like, whoa, we shouldn't have thrown all that stuff in the fire, all his work in the fire. So it happens, you know, it happens where people are not appreciated during their lifetimes. Discernment, you're saying try edibles. Dude, you're trying to get me to try edibles now? I don't know. Earthy Mama, you say I'm the nerve that brings us together. I'm just some dude that streams, right? I'm just a man that comes out here and tries to, tell people to be kind to one another, right? That's, at the end of the day, that's my metaphysics. Energy. Yeah, maybe I do have a lot of energy. I do have high energy sometimes. Yes, Noger. By the way, big shout out to my buddy Noger. Yes, C.S. Pierce, and yeah, that's it. I didn't know his first name, C.S. Pierce. Yeah, he totally got a raw deal, right? That's crazy. They were throwing his work into the goddamn furnace, right? They were to heat the building. Like, dude, this guy's like a genius, and they're just like, no, purse is nothing. Blah blah blah. It's like a weird thing, right? Sometimes the genius goes unrecognized. Anyways, big shout out to my buddy Noger. He is a philosopher, and he's on here on Twitch. He does something that no one else does. He reads academic philosophical journal articles on Twitch, which is crazy because no one else does that, right? Like everyone else is like, oh, I'm just gonna I'm gonna play Call of Duty for 6 months and scream at the chat, right? And he's like, no, I'm gonna read 415 academic journal articles, philosophical journal articles to the masses. I'm gonna bring philosophy to the masses. And it's amazing. It's amazing what he does. He knows nothing about pizza. See, he's from New York City though, so he doesn't know shit about pizza. But he makes up for it. The only reason I'm still cool with him is because he knows about philosophy, and he's like an amazing top-notch dude, right? So but he has his pizza game. Here is his pizza game right here. By the way, those of you who don't know, I'm from Chicago, so we got this thing with NYC over pizza. We don't even consider what they eat pizza. We just say it's like some garbage they found off the street. New York City, it's kind of like Chicago. There's garbage all over. Except what they do in order to clean their streets, they just take up all the garbage that's laying on the street and they just put it in a box and they say this is pizza and then they eat it. Right? That's how they clean their streets. We have enough sense to at least throw our garbage in the trash where it belongs, right? But yeah, anyways, big shout out, and all of you out there from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. Eartha Mama's from Chicago. She knows what I'm talking about. Some of you out there are from Chi-Town. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, NYC's got nothing on pizza. They definitely have better baseball teams than us, though, I'll tell you that much. And they've had, for many years. But actually, pretty much, every sports team of theirs is always going to be better. But all right, let's give a shout out. Give a big shout out to Noger. Zwar, and you're talking about Detroit pizza. I don't even know about Detroit pizza. I think everyone just thinks their pizza is the best. I've been in California and they're like, oh, California pizza is the best. We like have pineapple embedded in the crust. And it's like, dude, if you have like pineapple embedded in the crust, I don't even know what the hell that is. That's like something different. That's not even pizza. The ontological status of like California pizza, and I know I'm going to piss off quite a few people here because there's quite a few, like at least 2 or 3 people in this chat are from Cali. But Cali people really have no clue what pizza is. I mean, okay, in all fairness, NYC people, yeah, maybe a little bit. Detroit, I don't know much about Detroit, but I'm sure Detroit probably has good pizza because they're close to Chicago, right? Detroit is near enough Chicago. They're going to have some good pizza. They're going to have some good music and some good pizza. But Cali people, what do they know about pizza? They don't know anything about food. They're sitting there like, drinking their pizza through a straw, thinking it's like the next new thing, right? They're like I don't want anything on my pizza. I just want like a plain piece of gluten-free matzah, and that's like their pizza, right? That's with like a piece of pineapple like on the top or something, right? All right. Anyways, Zwar, you said, LL, you've never been to Detroit. Emmy's wife is from New York, and it's way better than Cali pizza. Yeah, Cali pizza. I mean, Cali pizza's got to be the worst, right? I'm expecting, you know what? And it's kind of funny. No one from California is sticking up for their pizza. This is kind of funny. I would expect someone from California to start to represent, in the pizza room. But like Taylor Jade's from California. I don't see her saying anything about pizza. JT Farms, she's not declaring her pizza's the best. Who else? Chad guy, otherwise known as Discernment Pagati. He's not even claiming. They don't even make the claim that their pizza's good. So that tells a lot. That tells a lot. Noger, you say, so this emote is from a streamer from Texas. It's watermelon pizza. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. I don't know what the hell that is. Like that's not even a thing. Like, I mean, if you're eating watermelon pizza, you've had way too many bad acid trips. Like that's my opinion. My personal opinion, from a Chi-Town guy, is that if you're eating watermelon pizza, like maybe you got to chill out on acid consumption. All right. Earthy Mama, you say, laughing your ass off. True. Yeah, right? I mean, what the fuck is watermelon pizza? But now I'm going to, you know what? Sparkalicious, if you're still around, I'm probably pissing you off because Sparkalicious she's from Texas. Maybe she's eating watermelon pizza right now. So I don't know. Who knows, right? Everyone's from different places. Everyone thinks their pizza is the best. But at the end of the day, Chicago pizza is the best. And by the way, you should all fly out to Chicago, and I'll take you to some good pizza places, right? That's how we'll do it. All right. Azwar, you say, but Detroit pizza is the truth. They used to make it in oil pans, so it's deep dish and the crust gets caramelized. Interesting. So this is kind of interesting. Like you're making a case for Detroit pizza, and I've never had it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out myself. I will check it out at some point. You got me interested, and I go through Michigan every now and then. I like to go to the UP every now and then. Like by every now and then I've been there once, but I'm planning on going again sometime. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, like I should stop in Detroit and try some pizza. Cause and I'll look it up. I'll try to find a good legit place. I don't want to go to a fucking Pizza Hut, obviously in Detroit, but I'll try to find like a good legit place. Dude, Noger, though, you've blown my mind. It's funny. Like, Noger's on here streaming philosophy to the masses. He's blowing everyone's mind with like metaphysics and stuff like that. And then he comes on here telling me that there's a streamer, from Texas who's eating watermelon pizza, and that blows my mind more than like any philosophy out there. I mean, I've read a lot of philosophy. I have a master's in philosophy. I've been reading philosophy, and I've been going through all the classics now in philosophy of language. I've been looking up. I've been really getting into reference and meaning and the way that we denote a meaning onto words, and how we map meaning onto words, right? So I've been reading Russell's on denoting and on Grice and the classics. Stallnacher wrote some good stuff in that category too. A bunch of philosophy of language guys, right? So I've been reading all about that, but this watermelon pizza, I mean, that's fucked up, dude. That's something different. Earthy Mama, what's your favorite deep dish? That's tough. I mean, Lou Malnati's is great, right? Lou Malnati's is all great, but Uno's and Dues, I mean, those are two of the classics, right? Those were always two of the classics around. It's tough. It's really tough. But deep dish is the way to go. Like I feel like if you're not eating, I mean, sure, I'll be in a thin crust mood every now and then, but deep dish is definitely the way to go. Zwar, you say meditation and pizza retreat. As long as it's not watermelon pizza. If you're gonna be espousing the virtues of watermelon pizza, then we got some issues. But I don't want to see anything about watermelon pizza. But anything else is fair game. Noger, you say yeah, these are her pizza watermelon emotes. She is crazy, and you love her. I mean, I just don't think I can. I don't think I can support that. I mean, there's a lot I can get behind in life. I can fight for political causes. I can fight for people to be kinder and more loving to one another. I can support. I'm always big in supporting the little guy, the guy who's down and out. The woman who's down and out. I'm here to lend a helping hand to anyone who needs it, right? But if someone's going to try to give me watermelon pizza, I'm sorry, I can't. Like there are certain things that you cannot tolerate. You got to draw the line somewhere. No, you got to open up my mind. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just really feel like there's certain. Okay, in my meditations, I say there's no boundaries that exist in the phenomenal realm or in the noumenal realm, right? In the phenomenal realm, there are some boundaries that exist. There are some limitations. And I am limited in the fact that I will not open my mind to watermelon on pizza. that's just something I got to stand by. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes we define ourselves by the stands we make, right? It's like, oh, I'm making a stand on X. I'm making a stand on Y. I'm making a stand on Z. And this is just something that where I make a stand. This is a place where I take a stand and I don't back down. I mean. It's just not cool. Watermelon pizza. And if you ever raid her, you know what though? Like if you ever raid her when I'm in your chat, dude, and she starts talking, I'll get into it with her. We can debate the merit and the virtues of having watermelon in your pizza or not. And I'm pretty sure I'll win, even though she'll be the one streaming. I feel like the streamers always got an advantage because they're talking. But yeah. All right. Enough of this nonsense. Should we end this? I mean, I don't like the super long streams. I've been streaming an hour and 30 minutes. Let's see who's out there in the Twitch world. Let's see who's streaming. We got Mary Amber. I mean, Mary Amber's cool. The cool thing about Mary Amber, I don't know how many of you out there know Mary Amber. She's a musician. She's also a comedian, and she's from Australia, and she was a former I think junior ping pong champion or something. She was really good at table tennis. But the coolest thing about her is that she has donated a lot of money to mental health awareness, and she takes proceeds from her streams, and a lot of times will donate them to causes that support mental health, which is a super important thing, right? So that's I like raiding her when I can, on occasion, because she's a stand-up human being, and she's into absurdist humor, which so am I, which is great, right? So I like raiding her when I can, So I think that's the route we're gonna go. So. Oh, hey, Makawaka's here. By the way, big shout out to Makawaka. How you doing, friend? How's everything going with you? We're actually closing up shop tonight, man. We're closing up shop. But Makawaka is a fellow streamer here on Twitch. Awesome, nice dude. He's an OG. He's been doing this forever. I feel like you've been streaming forever, man. You've been streaming for maybe I'm just completely wrong, but I feel like you've been streaming for at least 3 or 4 years, right? I could be wrong though. 2019, yeah. So you were well before me. That's a good amount of time. Yeah, you and Grace Yoga, right? You were around before Grace, I think, right? If I recall. But anyways, big shout out. Go check him out. Drop him a follow. He does all sorts of stuff. Hey, Mrs. War, you say, did someone say watermelon pizza your fave? Oh, okay. Now we got a problem. So now we got some tension going. We got some serious tension. This thing called this X that everyone's calling watermelon pizza is not even a real thing. First of all, if you're putting watermelon on your, I'm from Chicago. We don't fuck around when it comes to pizza, right? So if you're putting watermelon on your pizza, you're doing something wrong. There's something seriously wrong. I know maybe you're from Texas because someone was saying, Noger was saying that people in Texas put watermelon on their pizza. You must be a Texan at heart or something. But that's just morally wrong. I feel like if you're putting watermelon on your pizza, there's some serious issues that you got going on, and they're manifesting themselves in your predicates of personal taste, right? You got some pent up anger or rage, and you're like, I hate life so much. I'm so pissed off at life that I'm gonna put watermelon on my pizza, and I'm gonna pretend that I like it just to piss off people, right? That's my personal opinion, though, right? So maybe it's not accurate. Okay, she's trolling me. Good. You've done it before, but have you seriously done it before? Because see, now I don't know, right? I don't know the credibility here, right? Your man is telling me that you're trolling me, right? So I don't know. All right. Let's see, where else are we? This is why you say you'll fight someone to the death for water. Okay, that's too much. We already have. Okay, we have a resident troll in stream who I've actually VIP'd. And by the way, this tells a lot about my personality. Discernment Bugatti in this chat. He's a good dude. He's a VIP. when he first came to my stream, I had a big chat with my channel shaman, JT Farms, because we're like, hey, who is this troll? You know, this guy, he comes in, he's trolling. He was pushing the boundary, but never quite crossing it. And we were like, should we ban this guy? Should we get rid of him? And I was like, nah, let's keep him around. Let's keep him around a few more streams. Let's see how this plays out. And then he turned out to be a great dude. So he's like a nice human being, except he's from California, and he's like talking about pineapple and coconut shavings on pizza is bomb stuff. See, yeah, that's the thing. These Cali people don't know about pizza. That's the thing. They have no idea. They don't even have the concept forming capacity to form like what an actual pizza looks like in their mind. They like don't even know what it is. You know, they're like pointing at X's and Y's and Z's in the universe, and they're calling them pizzas, and they're not even pizzas. Like when someone from California talks about pizza, I don't even listen. I just kind of look at them as like a confused child that like has never actually had good pizza, so they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But anyways, yeah. So we already have the troll in here, and he's on VIP status, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he turned out to be a good dude. Chad, his name was originally Chad Guy, and I don't know what happened to that account. By the way, do you still have that account? Now you're just Discernment Bugatti, and he's like a legit dude, except for the fact that he doesn't know what pizza is. But you know, he's just ignorant in the realm of pizza. That's okay. It's okay that he's confused. All right. Anyways, let's get the raid sign out here. This is an hour and a half. I don't like long streams. Zwar, and Mrs. Zwar, you're gonna learn that about me. I'm like, I come in, I get business done. I used to do like 5-hour streams. It's not my thing anymore. I'm a chess instructor IRL, so I do chess streams on here where I do chess lessons. I mean, so those streams are a little bit longer. I also have a master's in philosophy, so we do philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, philosophy or metaphysics, and philosophy of language. Streams in here as well, and those when I mix everything together, they get a little bit longer. But yeah, copy and paste this. We also do chakra balancing. Who wants their chakras balanced? And yes, you can pronounce it chakras. Those of you out there, everyone's like, no, you can only pronounce it chakras, or no, you can pronounce it either way. It's like fianchettoing your bishop. It can also be pronounced fianchetto. But yeah, I used this book when I was in a chakra balancing work group years ago, and we've been going through. We're still on the water chakra 2, but we're cleansing our chakras. And then we also do readings from another great book, Grimm's Fairy Tales. And things get intense with Grimm's Fairy Tales. Things get really, really intense sometimes. Yeah, you say chakra. That's what I say. I say chakra. Some people say chakra, and then I was like, well, I didn't hear that way the first 20 times I heard the word 20 years ago. So I don't say that. I call them chakras, and then now I'm all messed up with fianchetto and fianchetto. Like I just use them interchangeably. I just say them both, and you can say it either way, but I want to be consistent, right? All right. Anyways, Mrs. War, you'll fight for the death. You'll fight to the death for the troll title. This is intense. We might have to have a fight between you and Discernment. By the way, join my Discord if you haven't. Here's a link to my Discord. Discernment Bugatti he's a very active member in the Discord, and he trolls a lot in there. And we do a lot of fun stuff. Chess, we do philosophy discussions, a lot of shenanigans, a lot of absurdist humor, because I'm big into absurdity, like I said earlier. We'll talk about anything. And Discernment Bugatti likes to post how many edibles he's eaten. You ate like 200 milligrams or 300 milligrams tonight? That's crazy, man. Like, why are you eating so much? Okay, we have a poll redemption. We got to do the poll now. Thanks, man. I was about ready to call it a day, and now we got to do this poll. So he wants to know if I should eat an edible. He wants to know if chat thinks I should eat an edible. So should Agni eat an edible? By the way, it does not mean that I'm going to do what you say, man. But I will do the poll at least, because you did do the redemption. So whatever. I try to, if someone does redeem something, I try to at least fulfill my obligation. I'm a philosopher. Philosophers typically believe it's important to fulfill your obligations in life, right? That's kind of important, right? Unless it's something ridiculous, right? But anyways, yeah. So yeah. Should I eat an edible? Everyone take your vote. Everyone take a vote. Discernment Bugatti was saying that I'm a dragon. He was saying earlier that I looked like a dragon, or that I turned into a dragon. So I don't know. So far the nose got it, by the way. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. we have 1 minute left. Okay, for the last minute, let's get down to serious stuff for a second. And just basically at the end of the day, be a kind human being to the people around you if you can, right? Because that's good. It's a good thing to do. It's nice. It's a good thing, to be a nice human being, right? Don't take things so seriously if you can, right? Try to lighten things up. Absurdist humor is a good way to do that. Try to find something ridiculous about each situation that pisses you off, and be compassionate. If someone is going through a hard time, try to be compassionate. Okay, the no's have it. Discernment, people don't want me. People don't want me eating edibles right now. So it's not going to happen. The chat has spoken. I was about ready to consume 500 milligrams of edibles right now, of THC edibles. Fuck the CBD. I'm not going that route. I want to be in as much pain as possible, so I don't want to take the CBD. But I was ready. I was ready to go all in, man. The chat has spoken. The chat has spoken. Zwar, you want to recount? No, this isn't politics. This is not politics. Discern for God, use that, and always use Tide, free and gentle. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Don't forget Agni. See, and then now you're trolling again with some weird stuff. There's probably some reference that I'm not getting here, but that's just how it goes. But anyways, remember, Mary Amber, she supports mental health. She's a musician. She's funny. We're gonna give her a raid. I love you all unconditionally. Namaste to every one of you. And just be a kind human being. Spread some love to those you encounter, and check out some philosophy and meditation and yoga. It will improve your life. Namaste.